What?
Attractive.
It's toast?
No, it's revolting.
There's only one way to eat toast. I mean, come on, Jimmy. This is supposed to be a place where I can come and have a piece of toast without the breakfast police kicking off.
Was there any real need to be that critical?
Well, she's dropping it all. Yes, if I want to keep my own breakfast out, yes.
Wow, someone got out the wrong side of bed.
All right. Well, this respect at work session wasn't a day too soon. So, in here
Good.
at 14:30 hours.
Now, home truth time, bring it on.
Don't see why I have to come.
Because everybody's coming.
I don't need tools to stick up to Zara. I've got them.
It's not about Dr. Carmichael.
Sure it isn't.
Enter! Ah, Sid, come in, sit down. Big day today, nothing to worry about. Right, let's have a chat about a few potential spanners in the works. Nice shirt, by the way. Anyway, this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to come with you to St. Phil's.
Why? Do you think it's going to go badly?
No, but it's an educational supervisor meeting, and I think I should lend you my support.
I'm going to need support.
Well, we have to confront certain unmovable,
You mean what Zara will have said?
well, all colleagues will have had an opportunity to chip in, and those who've seen you at your best will have gone on record.
Look, I feel like I'm being in imposition.
Well, you're not.
No, I would be. You'd have to reorganise your day and then you'd be hanging around the hospital trying to make me...
Shut up.
Right.
There was another and.
Right.
And I'll be coaching you all day.
Right.
Any idea what the first subject might be?
Shutting up?
Correct.
Yeah, but what's that going to say about me, really, if my mentor needs to come and hold my hand? Shutting up.
Good.
Would it be a terrible imposition, Dr. Heskey, if I were to ask you to move?
No, then no. Are you going to ask me?
The room needs to be prepared for this afternoon. I have to try to fit this into my busy schedule. I had literature to prepare, seating, a flip chart.
Oh, there's a flip chart, Jimmy.
It's going to be worth it.
You reckon? Respect at work sounds an awful lot like Bellamy's nanny state to me.
And you've had your share of unpleasant experiences, have you?
It's true, Jimmy, I have. But I found that in time I was able to just get over it.
And why should people have to just get over it?
I don't like your tone. Today is about respect in the workplace. And the rules say that as you have cast the first stone, I can now retaliate.
Indeed. Let he who is without sin
Say what
cast the
you've
first.
Believe me, I did not intend to bring Mrs. Tembe's God into this.
You see, that is exactly the sort of thing Mr. Bellamy should be addressing this afternoon. I am going to endeavor to find out why you feel free to deliberately bet and bully me.
Bully you?
Yes, well, ridicule is a form of bullying.
Don't be ridiculous. No, it's not.
Then what is it? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. Suppose I'm going for good old-fashioned being rude to you, Mrs. Tembe. See what you did?
You all right?
No, I'm not, no.
Sorry.
When they rescheduled, the least thing they could have done was inform the practice manager.
Did they reschedule?
Well, they must have done.
Pretty sure they didn't. The meeting with my educational supervisor has always been planned for today.
You're just missing out on a chance to clear the air, that's all.
Aisha told me that you said it wasn't about any particular members of staff.
Well, yeah, she's right. Yeah, she's right, yeah. I'm sure you'll do well at St. Phil's. Who have you got?
Rita Simpson.
Look, I'll make sure Mrs. Tembe gets you the minutes of the meeting. You know, they might come in handy in future.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you to it then.
What now?
I've decided to go with Sid to St. Phil's.
Oh, of course you have. It's not like my Respect at Work initiative hasn't taken hours of planning. What's that going to look like? A core team member excusing himself?
He needs my support. He's got Rita the Razor Simpson. I'm sure your initiative will be very successful.
Yes, well, let's hope so. You ever notice how you can never tell how she's feeling by how she looks?
Oh, she always looks ready for anything.
Yeah, well, she's 8 minutes late already. Maybe that's an omen. Maybe she's not firing on all cylinders. Maybe I'll be able to sort this out without any major altercations.
Well, maybe.
Could have done with your support.
No Daniel today?
No, he's at a cardiovascular seminar in Sutton Coldfield. Emma's there as well.
Oh, that's a pity. So what are we missing?
It's an assessment on respect at the workplace. It's not about Zara. It's about creating the best working environment possible.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Sure you need to be at St. Phil's?
Rita the Razor Simpson.
The purpose of this policy
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Clay.
is to ensure behaviour that can be construed as harassment or bullying in the workplace is prevented.
Where everyone is treated with dignity and respect.
Not like you to be late.
I'm not.
Mr. Vickery is waiting.
For his 9:10 appointment. Good morning, Mr. Vickery. Shall we? Thank you so much for coming back in.
Dr. Carmichael.
Mr. Bellamy.
A minute.
A patient.
It's about today's thing.
I'm so sorry about this, Mr. Vickery. I'll just be 2 ticks. And what about today's thing?
We're in the staff room, 2:30, light buffet afterwards.
Well, splendid. I'll look forward to the egg and cress. Now, if you don't mind.
Egg and cress.
Have you seen Sean? Oh, sorry.
No, he's gone to buy some more terps. He used up the last of Mrs. Temby's.
I love the smell of turpentine. Sorry, Mrs. Tembe had terps.
Only one of them little size bottles. Yeah, just in case.
In case of what?
Oh, that's nothing. I want to know a woman who kept a soldering iron in her handbag.
So, respect at work.
Yeah? What about it?
How'd you feel about it?
I'm fine.
Good. Good.
I'm not even going to be here. I'm going off to St. Phil's in a bit.
Why?
It's made a placement review.
But we're still having the meeting.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Although I would have liked to have seen Howard's face when he realised you weren't even going to be there.
Heston's not either. He's coming with me.
Did Howard do that thing, you know? Harumph, harumph, harumph.
Neve, there was a lack of respect before I got here, wasn't there?
Come on. You don't seriously think this place was an oasis of calm and tranquility, do you? We could all use this meeting. Promise.
You've absolutely made my day.
Nothing.
Thank you.
Another satisfied customer.
So then, after my friend Julie passed her initial interview, it was all role play. And she got a scenario of a middle-aged man refusing to pay for the adult films charged to his room. Apparently that happens a lot in the hospitality sector.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah. You know, people away from home watching mucky films and then not realising that they actually show up on the bill. Anyway, Julie didn't get that job in the end because she told him he was a pervert and then asked him how he'd like if it was his daughter working in filth. And she would have said filth as Julie liked. She wouldn't have said adult entertainment.
Can we have 1 minute of silent calm?
Yeah, I'll read my notes.
Your stories are often inappropriate and they're way too long. Do I really need to know in intimate detail about your friend Julie and her attitude to pornography?
No. On a scale of 1 to 10,
let's just leave it right there. Dr. Simpson?
Dr. Vera, time's up on cramming. Shall we?
Oh, shift! Respect at work. And I was humping this, respecting me.
Ooh, sandwiches. Bully.
Respect the sandwiches.
Did you say that?
I saw it.
Not the best of starts. One's first impression of an F2 is often better if it's not seeing them grubbing about on the floor.
I'm sorry.
So, Dr. Sid Vera. Let's talk about you.
Here he comes.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for being so punctual.
Still gotta wait for the star of the show.
Mrs. Tembe, do you have the markers?
Fresh from the box.
Right, I'll title the front sheet while we wait.
Why do we have to wait?
Because it's considerate and polite.
Oh, how nice. You saved me a seat. You really didn't need to wait for me.
Apparently we did.
Is there an agenda?
What? No. Not at all.
I thought I saw Mrs. Tembe doing heroic work with the printer earlier.
Agendas.
Right. Now you tell me how you found your time at the mill. General overview. Broad brushstrokes. I do have to adhere to a timetable. Colleague interaction.
Well, I've really enjoyed working with Dr. Donahue and Al, Dr. Haskey. And of course, I've really benefited from having Dr. Carter take over as my mentor. That was Dr. Carter outside. He's come with me. He's such a nice man.
How very supportive of him.
I'm sorry. I had a fair few of the vending machine coffees and a chicken soup. Look, if I don't, I won't be able to focus properly.
Do be quick.
Qualities we can employ to ensure respect in the workplace. Anybody like to add anything? No? No one? Right. What about this then? Right, I'll kick off with an example, shall I? Once had a corporal known as Swear Word Winston. Yeah, couldn't stop swearing. In fact, he used to split up individual words to enable him to insert a swear in that particular word. Yeah, caused massive offence. Asked him to desist.
Did he?
No. He was tried though, you know, but they kept popping out. It was like he was programmed to cuss. But what I'm getting at is that once we all knew that he was trying, it didn't seem to matter as much.
Maybe we should think of offensive behaviour that's taken place here.
Well, there was a time I took bloods from a patient who was really upset after seeing one of you lot. Reckon she wasn't being taken seriously.
Well, there we go. It's a good example, yes. Patients need understanding at all times.
We shouldn't let our personal issues interfere with our work here.
How do you feel when you get called Gobby Holland?
It doesn't matter.
Well, one of the aims of this session is to show how completely honest we feel.
It's nothing. I mean, I call her Lady Mox.
Howard, how long is this going to take? I've got several things I could be doing before afternoon surgery.
Well, we are trying to address some issues.
Maybe we should write down things that we might find insulting.
Jimmy, we're trying to be positive here.
There is a water cooler outside.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm fine.
Given the capacity of your bladder, that's probably for the best. You have attributes that cannot be taught, Dr. Veer. Safe to say that your kindness is noted.
It's easy to be kind when you like people. And I really like people. I mean, I want to help whenever I can. That's why I want to be a good doctor.
So, let's get to the nitty-gritty. I have to deal with this. We'll take a 10-minute break. So I'll need you to wait outside.
Okay.
Use the time to consider where you feel you've triumphed and where you feel you've failed during your time at the mill. After that, all we have to do is plough through your mentor assessments.
Now, can we all agree to use the term overly robust?
Okay. I've been overly robustly told how to pronounce things.
Some patients' names can be difficult.
No, it's not just names, words. And it's in front of people, and it's embarrassing.
I thought Tash would be here today.
She sends her apologies, dentist.
Don't say.
Quiet people often get bullied, don't they?
Sorry, is Tash being bullied?
Who's Tash?
The nurse.
Now, can we turn to the concept of unintentional harassment?
What about persecution?
Persecution? Seriously?
No, but it's about how you perceive things, isn't it?
Good point.
And when someone's new, it's easy to make them feel intimidated. They can be scared half to death by the person who's supposed to be guiding them.
Now, we can all admit to a bit of self-improvement, but we're not conducting a witch hunt here.
Yeah, but if the pointed cap fits.
Oh, very clever. In my experience, saying what one thinks may not always go down well. But at least it's better than hiding.
I don't hide.
Howard, do you think this might be a good time to...
Cup of tea?
Yeah, I'll make it.
I'm happy to help. Put your hands up if you would like some tea.
Yes, please.
Dr. Heskey, I know sometimes you think it is funny to mock my religion. But I just wanted to say that it really hurts me. There. I'm not trying to be clever. It is honestly how I feel. So, tea.
Hi. Only me. Everything's as dreary as I expected. Bullet points and everything. Cardiovascular strategy was certainly not the short straw. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. Bye.
Better? Good. Let's get some fresh air.
What's the point? She doesn't even like me.
Well, she could loathe you and still pass you. It's not a popularity contest.
Yeah, but it is mentor assessments next.
Come on.
Dr. Carmichael, would you like a hot drink?
No thanks, Mrs. Tenby.
So what's next then?
Well, let's try and think of some positives going into the future.
Those who fail to learn from history are destined to repeat it.
And there it is. Just when you think Howard can go through a meeting without quoting Churchill.
Actually, it was George Santayana that he was paraphrasing. What? I have got a GCSE in history, you know.
All right. Well, any more examples before we move on?
Well, let me just cut to the chase.
I've got one. Wasn't there an incident a few years ago with a cleaner who left over patchouli oil? I think she wore patchouli oil, and the practice manager, I think, Julia, is that her name? She took to leaving a post-it note on her mop and bucket every day saying that it induced nausea.
No, I do not think that is quite right.
Was it bilious attack?
Well, that was before my time, but excellent story. Let's see if we can learn from it before we positively move forward.
The thing is, isn't it, that of course if something is affecting your health or making you feel sick, you've every right to mention it. It's just how. you mention it.
Yeah. Except it wasn't Julia, though, was it?
No.
What? Oh, Miss Zara will be glad to know that I also love the truth.
Right, what can we all bring to the workplace to enhance the levels of respect?
Because the truth is, it was Zara. If it's bullying, Zara. Victimizing, Zara. In fact, anyone who's probably ever been hurt in this place is probably Zara. Well, there we go. Don't we all love it when we talk the truth?
Just give it a rest, Jimmy.
Right. Well, I think you can add witch hunt to your flip chart, because that's what we've conducted here today.
In my opinion, he embodies characteristics that are the foundation of an above-average, vocationally driven GP. He has empathy, patience, unflappability, and intelligence. I wholly recommend Dr. Veer. That's your current mentor. Now, let's see what Dr. Carmichael has to say.
Should I go and see if she's all right? That was horrible.
Was she crying?
Should I get over it?
It was horrible.
Might as well have the sandwiches.
And you don't see the irony, do you?
What irony?
Give it a rest.
No, I won't give it a rest. You, little Miss Thunderclouds, you were just waiting in line to have a go at her next, weren't you?
Can we all just stop it now?
Well, the post-it notes were a bit mean.
Patchouli oil is a right lingering smell.
Okay, I'm gonna make her a cup of tea and bring it to her.
Mrs. Tembe, I think that I owe you an apology. I am sorry.
Pathetic.
I'm still sorry.
Well?
No, thanks, Karen. She's on her way. Can we all be,
I do upset people. I say things that I think are witty, and they can be seen as spiteful. That's who I am.
You don't need to do this.
Yeah, I do. I really do. So now that I know how difficult people find it, I am going to try to stop offending. I'm sorry, I'm going to try, I can't promise.
See? Awareness is a start.
And please, when I fail, like swear word Winston,
Winston.
at least give me credit for trying.
Hang on a minute. Can we just rewind? Did you just say you were sorry?
I did. Feel free to bat it back at me next time I'm Lady Mark. But I am truly sorry. Okay, wait, stop. If that's another hug, I couldn't handle two in one day. So.
Okay, read me her comments.
So these are just like clarifying the ticks in the some concern column.
Yes, I understand how the form works.
Okay, well, maintaining trust, stroke, professional relationship with patients, that got us some concern tick. And the comment in additional is, Dr. Veer has a capacity to get along with patients. Although this is an asset, it throws up the unhappy potential for him to spend too much time with individual patients.
Right.
The clear danger being that he risks spreading himself too thinly. But, despite my concerns in this area, it would be unjust of me to suggest that Sid Veer is anything other than an extremely good doctor in the making.
Good?
So, I thought you might be interested to know that Zara had the integrity to say that she was sorry.
Means nothing.
You know, what's really worrying about this afternoon is how much you just enjoyed it.
Well, I've had worse days at the office, yeah.
You saw how upset she was.
So what? She's Zara.
What's that supposed to mean? You planned this, didn't you? You deliberately humiliated her.
And she deserved it.
It's appalling behaviour, Jimmy.
I'm sure she'll get over it.
No. Let's talk about getting over it. You are suffering, Jimmy. You are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, aren't you?
Right, and you are telling me this because of your extensive background in psychiatric evaluation.
You are an abuse survivor. But you think you're immune because you're slick. You think you're immune because you're smart, but you're not. Please, get it diagnosed. Get it treated.
Wow, get it treated?
Yeah, get help. Get help before you turn into that pathetic, sad cliche. You know the one. The one where the abused turns into the abuser. Please, Jimmy.
It is the wrong day to discover that rollers and voluminizer do not mix. Tell you what, send us a selfie.
Hello, Howard.
Who does a bloke have to snog to get a drink round here?
Thought it was the other way around.
Oh, with that accent, it's kind of, you know, hot.
EastEnders tonight, 7.